Good morning, everybody. I apologize for the delay. Technology sometimes does its thing. I am happy to be here this morning. Today is it's a very special day in the Jewish tradition. It is the eve of Yom Kippur, or Yom Kippur, as they say in America. It's a day of atonement. I'm not very religious, if you know me. I don't think I've fasted on this special day in years. But yet I find this idea of forgiveness, of atonement, which are not exactly identical, an important part of many traditions. Of course, we have it in the Catholic faith, in the Christian faith, we have it in Buddhism. And I think when I was younger, I took offense to this idea of this one day a year that you can ask forgiveness for all the wrong that you have done intentionally or not intentionally, and you've created a clean slate, so to speak. And I found it, I think, hypocritical. Same idea in my mind when I was younger for the confession, coming into confession, being absolved, saying a few prayers, and all is well. But with age and maturity, I've come to look at this process differently. Perhaps what it does for us on this special day, or if you choose to go to whatever ritual it is in your tradition, what it does, it's bringing awareness to the importance of taking ownership of our actions, of our words, of our deeds. And from that perspective, I think it is very important to have this as your usual practice, a reflection on what did I do, intentionally or not intentionally, what was done to me intentionally or unintentionally, and how do I live with that? How do I approach that? I think about a month ago I was in a workshop with Roshi John Halifax and Frank Ostaseski, and I don't remember Frank's exact words, but he was speaking of forgiveness as a process that allows you the freedom to fully love. And as we know, love is at the core of everything. Love for each other, love for ourselves, love for the world we live in. So today, without really great preparation or much cognitive thought, I'd like us to reflect on forgiveness as an avenue for love. So wherever you are, and whether you're joining me now live or watching this later, I invite you to find a comfortable position and then gently close your eyes. And as we settle into our bodies, let the breath guide you in relaxation. Allow the breath to be deep and slow, noticing the rise and fall of your chest. And if the breath is uncomfortable, You can always bring your attention to your body where it connects with the surface on which you're lying or sitting down. Simply noticing the heart rate slowing, the breath comfortable, the body relaxing. And as the breath goes in and out, invite each in-breath to bring in even more relaxation. Invite each out-breath to send relaxation throughout your body and your mind. Noticing, paying attention to where your body connects with the surface on which you're lying or sitting down. Take a moment with your breath. If thoughts come up, simply notice and let them float away, not attaching, not digging, returning to your breath, to your body, inviting a spaciousness and openness that comes with relaxation. Let us reflect together on what is forgiveness. Perhaps reminding ourselves that forgiveness does not mean condoning a harmful, hurtful act. It is simply the willingness to let it go. As we open our hearts with love to ourselves and to others. Perhaps taking note that at times forgiveness is not possible at that specific time. Perhaps it will become available with time, with space, with deeper understanding. Maybe bring to mind a situation in which you were hurt by another person. Intentionally or unintentionally. And while intention is, of course, important, It is simply not the whole story. Bring to mind a situation in which you were hurt and then you were able to forgive. It is not that you forgot what was done. It is simply that you moved away from the hurt, from the pain, from the anger. How did it feel in your body, in your mind? What benefits did it bring to you, perhaps to that other person as well, whether they were aware of the process or not? Take a moment as I grow silent and reflect on the benefits you experience from forgiving another person. Now let your mind rest in a place of not forgiving. You were hurt by a person, perhaps today, perhaps last week, perhaps 20 years ago. And you haven't forgiven. Notice the weight of that in the body, in the mind, and recognize what that feels like. It may be easy to attach to anger, to resentment. Easier than letting go. And yet, what is the price we pay as we remain in a space of not forgiving? Take your time. Notice the thoughts, the feelings, the sensations that arise in the body. Holding on to a wrong that you suffer. Which one feels better? Which one nourishes and supports you and others? How does unforgiving feel in the body, the mind, the spirit? And how does forgiving feel in the body, the mind, the spirit? What are you choosing? Take time to reflect. What is your relationship with yourself when it comes to forgiveness? When you look at mistakes you have made, intentionally or unintentionally, harming others in small or big ways, harming yourself in small or big ways. How do we turn forgiveness inward? What freedom does forgiving ourselves create? What space for love? Bring to mind an event, a situation, a relationship in which you were harming yourself or others. Notice, inquire, have you forgiven yourself? What is the narrative, the story that you're running, perhaps for years, about that event, that relationship? How is it influences your day-to-day? Can you forgive you for that mistake? In your mind, you can repeat, I forgive myself. I forgive myself. I forgive myself. Releasing shame, releasing guilt, creating spaciousness in your body, mind, and spirit for love. The power of forgiveness. is in this spaciousness that it creates, in the letting go of old stories, of old narratives. And as you do, room is being made for love, for kindness, for compassion to ourselves and to others. And you may choose to act outwardly on forgiveness by reaching out, or keep it contained within you, still creating space, not condoning mistakes and harmful acts, big or small, yours and others, and yet allowing of emotions, thoughts, old stories to evaporate, the heart expanding, the mind opening, the body relaxing into forgiveness, into freedom and love. Bring in this feeling we practice of forgiving, of the joy of moving forward, of the freedom it created, and spread it throughout your body, mind, and spirit. Perhaps see yourself doing that for yourself, for others, and notice what life looks like. When you choose forgiveness. It's a process. And you may stumble and fall and rise again as you practice it. As you ride the waves of forgiveness, creating more freedom in your life, expanding, noticing the obstacles, noticing the constrictions, and then again, finding expansion, space, and freedom. Choosing what is right for you, what resonates with you, what nourishes, what feeds your soul. I forgive myself. I forgive those who harmed me. I forgive myself. I forgive those who harmed me. At times successful, other times not so much. Simply the human experience. No judgment, an opportunity to open up more space for freedom, for love. Take a moment. Soon, the bell will sound, indicating the completion of today's practice. You can gently bring movement into the body, or you can remain as you are, taking some more time for yourself, expanding this process, this reflection. Thank you so much for joining me here today. Right now or later, your presence is much appreciated. Until we meet again.